Happy Saturday and welcome into an emergency pod of the PHNX Sun Devils show. I'm Anthony Totri, joined as always by the Deli Man, making all of the magic happen. Make sure you hit that like button, you hit the subscribe button, and you drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. Lee Corso puts it perfectly. Holy cow, what in the last 24 hours? I mean, can we just collectively, as a group, everybody, just take that deep breath. Just breathe in and breathe out, ladies and gentlemen.
Dirty paws off our head coach.
I mean, come on now. We told you yesterday. I feel like before anybody, we told you yesterday, hey, we spent an hour trying to put these rumors and the buzz to bed. And my goodness, Kenny Dillingham, I feel like he did that today, Shane. He had the opportunity to put those coaching rumors to bed. Of course, the buzz online about being the next coach of the Michigan Wolverines, the internet, sports books, everybody in their sports books and their mother trying to get this man to go to Ann Arbor, Michigan. And after practice today, after he got some shots up this morning, said, you know what? I'm an Arizona State Sun Devil.
Yeah, the rumors feel like they should be dead, but they're of course not. They're never going to let it go. Just get that extension signed, and this whole thing will be over. He did it exactly what we thought he was going to do. He didn't directly address anything. He didn't say anything any certain way. He just said what he feels like all the time, and we saw him get emotional. We saw him, talk like he's been talking about this place since he got here. It hasn't wavered. It hasn't changed. And he is the guy that we thought he was.
Absolutely. Ben in chat celebrating 3 months of being a part of the Supporters Club. What a day to be a Sun Devil. Forks up. Everybody, if you are in the Supporters Club, throw in the Kenny emojis. We need this whole chat just filled with Kenny emojis. It's just got to be running rampant right now. Look, I think the best part about this, and we've got plenty of sound from Kenny Dillingham's availability that we're going to play for you guys. That way you guys can see how emotional he got about Arizona State and just what he had to say about those Michigan rumors specifically. The reason that we did what we did yesterday, the show the way we did it, about Kenny Dillingham's not leaving Arizona State to go to Michigan. I feel like there was a big part of the discussion that online people were like, all coaches say they're not leaving. They always say they're not leaving. They always say they're staying. And then guess what? 2-3 weeks later, well, sayonara, right? I was a part of that before. Was in South Bend when Brian Kelly said, hey, I'm not going anywhere. 3 weeks later, he's in Baton Rouge, right? So I get that. And people online saying money makes people do crazy things. I 100% believe that. That's entirely true. Money makes people do wild things. But the thing about Kenny Dillingham that we have all seen firsthand, we've all talked about firsthand, is that this man is one of the most honest and genuine coaches in all of football. From high school to college to pros. He's Kenny Dillingham 24/7, 365 days out of the year. So what does that mean? Well, it means he's honest. It means he's transparent. And it means he loves Arizona State. So while money would have, again, even though from what Dilly said today, there have been no direct conversations with Michigan about their opening, from him to Michigan, that even if that were a situation, do you genuinely believe after everything over the last 3 years, after each and every press conference that he gets asked about how much he loves this university, do you honestly believe that 18 days before the Sun Bowl, a couple weeks after a Territorial Cup game, in the midst of preparing for the postseason, that he would just peace out? He would just, in a 24-hour span, go to Ann Arbor? He'd leave his team the way it is, say, sorry, guys, got to bounce, got to go get a check. You guys have fun prepping for the Sun Bowl. That's never who he's been. He's been telling you exactly who he's been the entire time. He hasn't been lying to you. Most of college football coaches tell you what you want to hear and then go do something else. Kenny Dillingham, each time he's been presented with an opportunity to screw over ASU fans, he tells you exactly who he is. He tells you exactly what he's doing. And that is being and remaining the head coach of the Arizona State Sun Devils. And if you don't believe him, hell, if you don't believe me, Kenny Dillingham was asked point blank today, why stay loyal to Arizona State? And I think he gave one of the most emotional answers that we've seen a college football coach ever give.
Why stay loyal to ASU? I mean, I love this place. Like I said, my is that a long enough pause? But this place is just, it's a special place to me.
I mean, I personally, I don't know if I've seen anything like that since his introductory press conference. Sitting there, pausing, taking it in. I don't know how many times this guy has to tell you he loves Arizona State. I don't know how many more times this guy has to get in front of a microphone and tell national media he loves this university. He loves being here in the Valley. And you know what, Shane? That he can do everything that all these other blue bloods have achieved, want to achieve right here at Arizona State.
Yep. He has to try to push for the resources. And that's why people keep commenting shit like this. Where is the part where he put it to bed? You know why he didn't put it to bed? Chibaroni 5074 because the contract extension isn't done yet. The deal isn't in place yet. It hasn't been signed yet. If everything that he was doing right now, or if he's put it to bed today, everything that he's been doing for the last 2 weeks would have been all for naught. It wouldn't have mattered. It'd be like, oh, well, he doesn't have leverage. Like, that's probably why he didn't explicitly say anything. Plus, I think he got as close to saying that as you possibly can by saying, quote, that job is a great job for somebody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is, again, Kenny Dillingham is telling you exactly what you want to hear. If you're an Arizona State fan, this is exactly what you want. This is as close to putting it to bed as he possibly can get right now without signing on that dotted line for the contract amendments.
He hasn't put it to bed, but shit, it is sleepy.
It's
swaddled up in a blanket. It's sleepy.
I mean, it honestly, it probably drank a bottle of NyQuil at this point. That's what the Michigan Buzz has done at this point in time. And again, I want to give credit to Chris Cartman of Sun Devil Source. He tweeted and reported this morning that Arizona State and Kenny Dillingham are close to some contract amendments that wouldn't necessarily change the length of Kenny Dillingham's contract, but it would amend salary and some more financial stuff that goes into that. Because again, Kenny Dillingham received an extension at the start of this year prior to the CFP game on January 1st. So he's already been extended. Arizona State wants to keep Kenny Dillingham in Tempe as long as possible. And I think, again, for the Michigan fans in here, for the folks in the trolls, and for even the Arizona State fans that just want to hear it, and they don't want to hear it from us. Kenny Dillingham, again, asked point blank this morning, following a bowl practice, about the Michigan rumors and the online buzz tying him to the Wolverines' head coaching vacancy. And, well, this is what he had to say.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's cool, I guess. I mean, that's one of the best programs in the country. It's one of the most... it's one of the best logos in the country. I think everybody can agree there. In today's era, I think it's one of the best jobs in the country, and I think everybody can attest to that. That doesn't change how I feel about here. That doesn't change that my sister's my neighbor. That doesn't change that my parents live 3 doors down. That doesn't change that my son's best friend is my sister's daughter. So none of that changes, but it is one of the best jobs in America. It's an unbelievable brand, iconic brand, and it's a great opportunity for somebody.
I mean, he found a way to still give Michigan fans like a pat on the back, like you guys are going to be okay, while still being like, I'm good.
He also still found a way to give Michigan fans some hope. Again, like he's not going to say, I'm not taking this job.
No, he doesn't need to do that right now.
It's not how this works.
Doesn't need to do that right now. Again, you have to understand the leverage side of things, like Shane had mentioned earlier. Right now, Kenny Dillingham has all the leverage in the world in terms of contracts, in terms of getting NIL resources, in terms of getting facilities and things that he wants to do. So he's going to utilize that. Yep. And this isn't going to be the last time. This is certainly not going to be the last time that there is a major coaching vacancy in college football and Kenny Dillingham is atop somebody's list, because we've already seen it 3 years in. He said earlier today he had spoke with one school, and that the only reason, and it wasn't even really a school, it was somebody within the school, because they kept calling. They wouldn't pretty much leave him alone at this point in time. So he told them, I got respect for you. It's great. It's awesome. I'm good. This is not going to be the last time. In fact, Kenny Dillingham said today, what, Shane, that this is episode 14.
Yeah, this is just season 3, episode 14.
Episode 14, right? Episode 14. We suck. We're good. You're bad. Fire everybody. Your coaches suck. You failed at this. You're good at that. Episode 14, season 3, to be continued.
Season 3, episode 14. How many seasons do you think we get?
Shit, I hope as many until he croaks.
I need season 80. I need Kenny Dillingham's era at Arizona State to be like Grey's Anatomy. Just keep pumping out seasons. Nobody cares. Yeah, just keep going.
Kent becomes the bad guy. Yeah. You get a crazy twist.
Oh my goodness. Look, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Again, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. Bitch Easy in the chat. Can we get a list of major programs that want Dilly to be their coach? Auburn, LSU, Michigan, Penn State. The list is going to continue to go on and on and on every single cycle, every single year. And I think if you are an Arizona State fan, while today hearing Kenny Dillingham talk the way that he did about the university, about the Michigan rumors, about all the online buzz, while again saying he outright hasn't had any conversation with Michigan about their head coaching vacancy, what this tells me is that the administration is putting their money where their mouth is. Because Kenny Dillingham, again, at every opportunity, is saying, hey, to win in college football, you need to be able to go left at the drop of a hat. You need to be able to change your approach to win, to get players. Arizona State, for Kenny Dillingham, is not just a stepping stone. This is the spot. This is the spot that at the start of the year in spring ball, he was talking about, hey, why can't this place be Oregon? Why can't this place be Clemson? Well, while also acknowledging how much he admires Kyle Whittingham's time at Utah today, said, well, you can't do it the same way in today's day and age that Whitty got it done at Utah. You got to be able to be flexible in this situation. And whether Michigan had serious interest in Kenny Dillingham, Graham Rossini and Michael Crow are doing everything in their power. Evidently, we'll see when that signature is on the dotted line for those contract amendments, to keep their guy here at Arizona State, which is exactly what you needed to see from the administration. Kenny Dillingham, several weeks ago, said that he had a meeting. They had a meeting, I want to say, on a Friday, right? Maybe it was before the West Virginia game or around that time. Or after the West Virginia game, excuse me, saying that, hey, we had a productive meeting. This university wants to back football. They're going to back football. If anything, this last 24 hours, whether it's serious or not, about Dilly, in another school, This was the opportunity. If I'm Kenny Dillingham, and I'm not, I would absolutely, let's see. Let's see how serious you are about committing to football, committing to Arizona State. And when that's signed on the dotted line, that shows me that Graham Rossini and this athletic department are backing football. They do want to win. They want to do big things at Arizona State that this program hasn't done in a very, very, very long time. I had people texting me, as I imagine you did, Shane, over the last 24 hours. Hey, is Dilly leaving? Is Dilly doing this? What's going on with Kenny Dillingham? And we talked about it, I think. I don't even know if it was on the show. We're like 95% chance he doesn't leave. 5% chance.
Yes.
There's always the 5% chance out there. It's
95% he's not, but the 5% takes over your brain. And that's the hardest part about that.
Yeah.
If you know who he is, and we know him better than anybody else, except for the media. Like the media and his players know him better than anybody else. The players especially.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we saw how they were interacting with him today. This is not a guy who was gonna give you BS. There's always a world where a figure is big enough, a opportunity is big enough, the situation is good enough, or the place you were at before isn't good enough. None of those things were true today. And for the people that are saying that him getting emotional is actually a sign in the opposite direction,
you weren't there.
It's exactly what I was saying. You don't know him. You don't know who he is. He wears his heart on his face, man.
Yeah,
this is a guy who pours his emotions into everything. Just 2 questions prior to him getting emotional, he talked about the fact that, sure, Michigan's a big brand, but that doesn't change the fact that my sister's my neighbor. That doesn't change the fact that my kid's best friend is my sister's kid. Like that. I don't know what more you want this guy to say.
This is what it is. It's no matter what he could say. He could say point blank, I don't want to go to Michigan. And people would use that as like, okay, well, where does he want to go? Does he want to go to Alabama?
Yeah,
like that's 100% what people would do. And this is why I think it is what it is at this point, is because in today's day and age of college football, now more than ever, people lie. Coaches lie. Loyalty is a dime a dozen in college football, right? Not just from coaches, from players, from administrators, assistant coaches, fans, even. Loyalty you have to buy in today's day and age of college football. That's what you have to do. Look around the country. Look at this last coaching cycle. Lane Kiffin left a playoff team that he'd been with for over half a decade to go to LSU. Why? He thought he could win more there. He was going to get more money there. He's going to get better players there. He didn't care about Ole Miss, right? This is what you see in today's day and age of college football. So when somebody tells you the truth, the honest to God truth, you're like, I don't believe him, because you're not used to it. You're not used to a Power 4 head coach at a school that you may think is smaller than yours telling you, I don't care. I don't care if you want to give me tens of millions of dollars more than I'm making. I don't care if you are going to, potentially get 5-star recruits left and right. I don't care about the history of your program. And it's no disrespect to Michigan. It's no disrespect to Penn State. It's no disrespect to those athletic directors or those players or those coaches. But I want to be here. I can do what you're doing there here because I want to. My family's here.
Yes.
He didn't just say when he got this job that this was his dream job just to say it.
Yep.
This is who he is. He's been telling you. I told you yesterday. You got to stop just hearing him and start listening to what he's saying.
Chibaroni, he said that 2 weeks ago. He said he wasn't leaving 2 weeks ago. And today, you know what he said? He said, that's going to be a great job. That's a great opportunity for someone. But it doesn't change how I feel about this place. If that's not, I'm not leaving. I don't know what is, brother. I don't know what is.
Just honesty, man.
Yeah.
Honesty. And if you didn't believe any of that, do you think that a 4-star quarterback in the class of 2027, 30 minutes after that, if this was all just a big hoax, the whole thing, Kenny Dillingham speaking with the media for 20 minutes about this whole thing, you think you'd get a 4-star kid out of Texas at the quarterback position and commit to you if this was all just a way he could avoid telling the media that he was ultimately going to go to Michigan? You think, in all honesty, and again, this was my big thing when people were asking me this last night of like, oh, is Kenny Dillingham leaving? Mind you, after Shane and I both sat here for an hour telling you he's not leaving, right? Not as reports, but as people who have been covering Kenny Dillingham since he stepped foot in this program as the head coach. We told you he's not going anywhere. For me, when we're talking about Kenny Dillingham, man, at a certain point, you just got to take him at his word. It's what the recruits do. It's what the players do. How many transfers have we talked to? And we ask them, hey, why come to Arizona State? Why do you want to be Sun Devils? I mean, without fail, dude, Kenny Dillingham's a different cat. Tells you exactly how it is. Yeah. He's not going to. We talked to a signee yesterday. That interview will air on Monday. Yep. We asked him what was different about Kenny Dillingham in Arizona State. He said, "Well, first off, he didn't promise me anything.
Yeah,
he didn't promise me that there's going to be playing time. And in a world where everybody is just trying to kiss these recruits' asses and these players' asses so that they can get them to their school, kid said." I came in, we watched film. Most schools will watch your highlight tape, tell you the things they love about you. You know what Arizona State staff did? They watched his lowlights, told him things that he could get better at. Kenny Dillingham isn't like any of the coaches that you think you know in college football.
Kenny Dillingham isn't like anybody in the world. The first
That's fair.
This is the first thing I'll agree with from a Michigan fan. Not the first part of the sentence, but then he goes, dude is a weirdo. Yeah. Kenny's weird. He does magic tricks.
He does the worm.
He posts Instagram stories of himself at the dentist that just has a caption that just says dentist. He's weird.
He's just
and that's why he's good at his job. Because he's built different.
He is. He absolutely is built different, man. And I'll tell you what. This whole thing, this is directly at you, Michigan fans. Directly at you. The publicity that your fan base just gave Arizona State is through the roof. Arizona State does a remarkable job recruiting Texas, recruiting California. They've been trying to get a real foothold here in the Valley and in the Midwest. And all that you guys have been doing for the last 48 hours. Think about this, Michigan fans. For the last 48 hours, you have spent an entire Thursday evening through Saturday morning salivating and drooling over your cell phones about the thought, about the idea, about the sliver of a hope that Kenny Dillingham would come pull your stinky-ass program out of the sewers. All you've been doing is adding your players, Bryce Underwood, all your recruits, all your signees, everybody that's thought about Michigan. You've been tagging them and adding them, saying, get ready for Kenny Dillingham. He's going to come save the program. We're in. We got him. Dilly, right? Over the last 48 hours, that's all you've been doing. And I guarantee you, those players, those assistant coaches, the people that have been thinking about Michigan, the thought of Kenny Dillingham, they've got it now. You know the reason? The reason that Kenny Dillingham has been following your players on social media and vice versa? It's because he's a good dude. It's because he's tried to recruit good players to Arizona State University. And he may not have got him at the first swing. He may not have got him at the second swing. Hell, he may never get him. But if there's one thing about Kenny Dillingham, it's that this dude cares about relationships. He cares about people. The time you spend with Kenny Dillingham means something to him, and it means something to you. So yeah, if Bryce Underwood never committed to Kenny Dillingham in Arizona State, they don't follow each other because, it's some secret ploy for one of them to get to the other school. It's because Kenny cares, and he wants these guys and these kids to succeed. Now, whether that means they ultimately eventually play for Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State, who knows? The portal doesn't open until January 2nd. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I can tell you what, all of you that have been drooling over your screens need to go get a tissue or a towel and wipe your damn mouth. Get it together. You're adults. Move on with your life, because Kenny Dillingham seems to be perfectly happy at Arizona State. And Shane, I don't think that's changing anytime soon.
No, it's been a fun ride, and I think you hit the nail on the head. What we were saying last night is, when this thing is over and they finally put this to bed, the biggest winner here is Arizona State, because
I'm juiced.
You know what's coming up in a couple weeks. The portal opens.
Oh, it's going to be red hot.
National Signing Day.
It's going to be red hot, Shane.
I mean, ASU just got a 2027 4-star quarterback from Texas.
After getting their 2026 4-star quarterback from El Paso.
Yeah. This is going to be a fun couple of months for Sun Devil Nation.
My goodness. And nobody is doing it like we're doing it right here on the PHNX Sun Devil Show. Again, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to PHNX Sports, the YouTube channel. That entire Kenny Dillingham media availability, if you want to go check it out, it is on our YouTube right now. You can see the entire video, all of the questions, comments, the emotion from Kenny Dillingham following practice today. Highly, highly, highly recommend, if you're an Arizona State fan, you go check that out. Something else I'll be saying, portal's going to be fun, Shane.
Yeah, we've heard some stuff.
We've heard some things that I think Arizona State fans are going to continue.
Can I give a tease?
You can give a semi-tease.
Yeah, shots. Explosives. Pew, pew, pew.
Everywhere, all over the field, ladies and gentlemen. Do we have anything else before we get out of here, Deli Man? I mean, definitely follow the PHNX Sun Devil Show. Follow it on social, Instagram as well. Weston Nielsen, the 4-star quarterback, 2027 kid, again, committing to Arizona State over Oregon in a number. He dropped his top 20. That is the last time he dropped, was a top 20 in Arizona State over 19 other schools. Tells you Arizona State, this isn't going to be a reload. Or, excuse me, this isn't going to be a rebuild in 2026, 2027. This team's going to compete now. They're reloading to get back to the Big 12 championship next year. And this team's hungry. This coaching staff wants to be here. And it says a whole hell of a lot, Deli Man.
You want to talk about the Levitt post before we get out of here?
Yeah, we could talk about the Sam Levitt post. He posted on Instagram a video of him walking out of...
I think it was just a still picture.
Of him walking out of the Arizona State tunnel. And there's a Drake song.
Yeah, Emotionless by Drake is on it. I don't know, man. I don't know what he feels right now.
I can tell you with certainty he's not going to Michigan.
And I can also tell you with pretty certainty that he's not coming back.
But will Arizona State be okay at the quarterback position, Shane, from the conversations that you and I have had?
Yeah, I'm thinking they're going to be just fine. And,
Kenny Dillingham meant what he said when he said there's going to be a very, very good quarterback at Arizona State.
Was he talking about Fetty?
Fetty's going to be really good. Nielsen's going to be really good, but that wasn't who he was talking about. But I guess you guys will just have to continue to tune into the PHNX Sun Devil Show to find out. Again, give the show a follow on social at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. You can follow the Deli Man at Shane Deef.
How many times do we got to teach you this lesson, old man?
And we will see you guys on Monday, unless Kenny signs on that dotted line sometime between now and Monday afternoon. But as always, have a beautiful weekend. Go Devils. And peace.
y'all silly like the mayor.